Callagy? It's Trajectory Tuesday. Welcome to Morning Mastery. We're here daily to connect and share with warriors like yourself, committed to your life of growth and mastery. I feel incredibly emotional as we're starting this morning because my brother Mark Wachanski, and I were just sitting here listening to the Ghost of Tom Joad, and we were reflecting on the journey that we've been through. So I couldn't imagine a better way to launch Trajectory Tuesday than being here with Mark and reconnecting on the greatest journey I've ever been through in my professional life and in many ways my personal life. Met Mark quite a long time ago, and we went through this odyssey of horrible things that happened to Mark, and he was an absolute warrior and stood in the gap against all odds imaginable, along with our entire team here. And we ended up in a case that we offered people to walk away for $3 million, getting Arizona's largest jury verdict in 2016 for $27 million. But really, I remember during the trial, Mark, that when Judge Campbell, who's an incredible judge and a person of integrity and justice, read that verdict, I remember the tears started pouring down my face before the number came out once he established that they had caused damages and found liability. The jury found it. So, thinking about Trajectory Tuesday, what comes up for me, and I want to just ask Mark what comes up for him, when I think about this jury verdict, I think of how the impossible can happen, but sometimes the impossible takes a really long time. And so many people, like inside of us, we have so much awesomeness and light and power, and how so often that it just gets extinguished because forces of darkness come against us, and we just give up and we stop. And in this case, we relentlessly found our way through. Had a lot of challenges along the journey, for sure. But I don't know, what are you thinking about as we sit here and talk about these things, brother?
Well, I guess as we use the word trajectory, which is Tuesday's word, right?
Yeah.
As we started this, Sean and I he mentioned Bruce Springsteen, and that was kind of a foundation of our relationship.
Yeah. And
we sat the first time we met on the steps of the Phoenician Hotel. I was probably 50 pounds lighter than I am right now, which not a real big guy as it is, you'd agree.
Yeah. You look awesome now, brother.
Yes, and my goal at that point was really to stay alive. It was not to go to jail. It was to take care of my wife and family. And I had no idea how I was going to do that. And protect the company with a lot of people that I loved at it. Today, you take a new trajectory of where I'm going and where I am, and along the way, I was told a lot of things that I would have never believed. I honestly would have never believed that. I can honestly say that I've forgiven the people that have hurt me along the way. I'm sure they have a reason for their own and are on a path of their own too, which I hope is a great path for them. I've found a really happy place, and life moves on, and we continue growing, and each one of these lessons really has to happen. And I just can't think of. I was given the question just recently with such an amazing ending. And not just the jury verdict itself, because one of the things, and if I'm going too long on it, tell me.
No, you go. No.
One of the...
I forget, listen, this is worth staying with, so it's going to be a little bit longer than a normal video, so just go.
One of the coolest things to me was the fact that we got punitive damages more than the damages themselves was really a judge saying, Mr. Wachanski,
and jury,
you're not being... this money's not for you. This is to punish people for doing such terrible things to you, which really was a lot of redemption for me, and it made me feel good.
Yeah.
But ultimately, growing up, money, and building wealth, and being a businessman was everything, just to finish. And today, the trajectory is being happy, finding new ways about myself, finding new ways about God, finding new ways about being a human being, and I'm really am happy with that. And I'd say your mom, who has been one of the leaders, not just of this law firm, but as someone in my life, has really shown me the way that this would never have happened without true faith, without forgiveness, and without a vision of what life would be like without hate and anything but love in my heart.
Yeah. And this is... And dude, that's awesome. And we're going to keep going a little bit longer on this because I think it's so important that as we actually I wrap up this, and we're going to do a Why Wednesday video right after this. So you'll see the rest of this tomorrow, but let me wrap up with this. with this question on Trajectory Tuesday, and then we'll roll into the faith part, some other things on Why Wednesday for tomorrow, some incredible unlocking of some things. So when you think about it, because some people out there struggle, I struggle, we still struggle with challenges, right, and obstacles that exist in our life, because it's certainly not all about business and money. It's about life and growth and pain and overcoming.
Sure.
You were in such a place of darkness and pain. You had people that claimed to your alleged best friend did these horrendous and awful things. So many people you thought were friends, colleagues, did so many things, lied, cheated, stole, right? These awful, unthinkable things. And you're in this place of not only feeling like your business is threatened, but so much of your belief in humanity is threatened. Fair?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
the legal system is threatened.
Absolutely.
And for those that are struggling with their own challenges that are out there right now, can you just give them a glimpse of hope and light for where you sit now on the other side of it all? So how you sit on the other side of it, and how some of those horrendous things were actually gifts that helped change the trajectory of your life.
You know what? I believe I believe the American justice system is the best system in the world. I believe if you tell the truth, it will work itself out. If you
If you had the right people helping.
if you have the right people, but if you have truth and you have the right people helping you, you will win in court in America. And I'm very lucky. I don't think I could have found somebody between Arizona and New Jersey that could have done a better job than Sean. I feel blessed, and I made a best friend and a brother along the way in a way that I could never have imagined. And it's just it's when we say trajectory, I had just said that to your mom on my way in here. I said the cool part about this is now that that's over and we have a lot of other things to do for ourselves, is I get a chance to take care of Sean now.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate it. But how, last thing on, how do you feel that this helped you? What was the blessings in this to help you in your life, even though you went through all this pain? Aside from money and all that, right? You had money before this, right? And you have more money now. So put that aside. How about you? What did it do for you in the process of going through this incredible trial of your life?
And I think
you were facing being falsely accused of crimes, right? You were faced with losing everything, and somebody's trying to destroy your life.
Yes.
How did that end up helping you?
I always had, since a little kid, I would say, I always had this little thought in the back of my head that said, why am I here? And there must be more of a purpose to life than just doing the things that I'm doing. And I really do believe that it helped me find a purpose and put me on track. I wouldn't say I have it totally nutted today, but I feel I'm on the right path. I feel I'm in a really good place, and I couldn't be happier.
Are you happier with who you are today than you were when this whole thing started? The day before you found out about this, are you happy with who you are then or now? How does that compare?
Unbelievably happier. It'd be hard to say I'd go through any of this again because it was hard, but I really do. I love the person I've turned into, and a lot of that with your help and guidance and all of the people here. Truly at Callagy, I don't want to make it a commercial for you guys, but this is a group of people that are exceptional people, and I'm glad I have the opportunity to be surrounded by them at all times.
All right, we're going to continue on Wednesday tomorrow. Love you. Thanks.